Here are the top 5 things you should not do if you're in a crash. Number 1, do not give a statement to the insurance company. Insurance companies will take your words and spin them against you to make it seem like you admitted or said something that you did not intend. And this rule applies even to your own insurance company. If the other driver is not insured or doesn't have enough insurance, if you have uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured motorist coverage, which you should have, if you have that, the insurance company, your insurance company, is not your friend because your insurance company is now your opponent. They'll try to make themselves sound like your friend. They'll sound like they are sympathetic. They'll sound like they're going to resolve the case, and then they don't. And they offer you a tiny amount of money, and at that point you've already made statements and put things into evidence that should not be there. Number 2 thing to avoid doing is do not get medical treatment from a chiropractor or medical facility that reached out to you. Unfortunately, there are some opportunistic chiropractors and medical providers in Indiana who will reach out to people who have been in a crash. They get access to police reports or somehow find out who's been in a crash even before a police report is written. They might call you, they might show up at your house, leave a note on the door, and speaking to dozens of people who this has happened to, everybody has the impression that the other guy's insurance company, the person at fault, wants you to go to this chiropractor for treatment to get checked out, and it's all going to be taken care of. They are very careful with their words, but that's not going to happen. Insurance companies do not work that way. And so these chiropractors and providers are just trying to latch onto your case to make money. Speaking again to people in the past who this has happened to, a lot of them know this is a problem after they start going there, and the chiropractor tries to get them to sign up with the chiropractor's preferred attorney, sometimes even signing an attorney contract in the chiropractor office. As you can imagine, if you were the insurance company, you would not think very highly of these types of relationships and medical providers. So if you go to these people, to these medical providers, to these chiropractors, your case is going to be hurt. So if you speak to an attorney, respectable, experienced attorney, he or she will be able to guide you away from it. Even if you've gone to a place like this, guide you away and help you handle it. The number 3 thing you should avoid doing if you're in a crash is missing medical appointments and failing to follow your doctor's orders. If you miss a medical appointment, the insurance company is going to argue one of 2 things. 1, that you must not have been hurt that badly. You must not have been in very much pain because you didn't go to the appointment. Or the second thing they will do, as you might have heard before, is say you haven't mitigated your damages. In Indiana, a plaintiff has a duty to get medical treatment if they're hurt and not just stay hurt. You have to take affirmative steps to try to deal with the problem. And if you skip an appointment or you don't do your home therapy, you don't follow doctor's orders, you're handing the insurance company arguments to use against you. Don't do that. The number 4 thing is don't post about your crash and your injuries on social media. Insurance companies sometimes have access under the rules of evidence to social media posts. They might see it later. You're better off not posting because they will take your words out of context and spin it in their favor. However, with social media, do not delete posts you've already made. You can change the audience to make it private, but hang on to that because you don't want a court later on saying that you destroyed any evidence. Number 5 on things not to do after a crash is don't negotiate the claim yourself. Insurance companies, the adjusters are experts at negotiating these claims. They are experts at making you think that you don't need an attorney, that you're going to get less if you hire an attorney, but all the independent studies say otherwise. You will end up with more money in your pocket for compensation if you have an attorney. At minimum, discuss the issue with an attorney so that you are well prepared when you speak to the insurance company.